Dear God, I got one question. I need to know, do revolutionaries go to heaven? And if so, may their legacies last forever and their seeds grow. Tell them that we love them so and never let them die slow. It's like we cursed to be born black. We was kings and queens, now look where we at. I know it won't be long before we take it back. I just hope I live long enough to see it happen, and that's a fact. Cause one thing when you pro-black, you might love your people, but they may not love you back. For more than 400 years, we've been under attack. We survived slavery and then they gave us crack. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? 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 I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope so. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope. Peace, King. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Can you hear me?
Let me just adjust my. All right, cool. I can hear you now. Let's do another test.
Mic check, mic check.
All right, I got you.
Okay, man. First and foremost, I definitely want to thank you for coming on the podcast. It's truly an honor. I truly appreciate you. We're going to get right into it. For the viewers who may not know who you are, let them know what your name is, and definitely let them know where you're from.
Wait, hang on a second. All right, okay, wait. This is like, I'm in a coffee shop because my wife is working from home, so I was trying to get out of her way. And I'm just trying to make sure that I can hear you, but it is louder than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah, it's all good. I can hear everything you're saying. I don't know if you can hear me.
Wait, yeah, so I heard you at first, and then as soon as everybody started talking in the background, I couldn't hear you anymore. So just let me, there's another coffee spot across the street. Is it okay if I just switch? Oh, shit, I can't even do that because I just ordered food. Hold on a second. All right, okay, go ahead. Let's test it. Let's make sure that I can hear you now because it quieted down a little bit.
Okay. Mic check, testing 1, 2, and I can speak up louder if you need me to.
Yeah, just a little louder.
Okay. So yeah, basically what I wanted to say is, man, thank you for coming on the show. It's definitely an honor. I truly appreciate you taking out the time to give me the honor. I definitely remember you from back in the day. I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? But for the viewers who may not recognize you, let them know what your name is, and definitely let them know where you're from.
Of course, I'm Derrick Fox, comedian, actor, writer, now businessman, and from New Jersey. Always repping New Jersey, the Garden State.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what's up. Big shout out to Jersey. Which part of Jersey are you from? What was it like growing up out there?
Well, I grew up in Elizabeth, New Jersey, an industrial city right next door to Newark. So growing up in Elizabeth and running through Newark and all of, New York City was fun. Growing up, it was fun. I was a little bit of a wild boy, but thank God I found my niche with a microphone and comedy, and that gave me an outlet to keep me away from all the negative influences or the potholes, as they say.
Oh yeah, no doubt. That's a blessing. I wanted to ask you, so when did you realize that you wanted to do comedy? Was it something that you've been doing since you were as a kid, or did you get into it later in life?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I didn't know. I was always funny, and I was always doing funny things as far as I can remember, even back to childhood. I just didn't know comedy was a thing, or a profession or a field that I can go into until I got into high school. And while I was in high school, that's when Eddie Murphy kind of emerged as one of our first iconic stand-up comedians, actors, and him being a young black man with all that, wielding all that power, kind of blew my mind. I think I was like in the 10th grade when I first saw him emerge on Saturday Night Live. And and I was just blown away. And I was like, oh man, oh wait, I can get paid to do what I like do. So that's when it that's when the door opened, and I got and people were always telling me, you should be a comedian. You should be a comedian. You should be a comedian. And before I even became a comedian, I just got tired of people telling me that, and I just started calling myself a comedian. And then I realized, wait, I haven't done any shows yet. I got to do some shows.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Big shout out to Eddie Murphy for sure. Definitely a goat, one of the greatest. Now coming from Jersey, how did you actually get into the performance side? Were you doing like nightclubs? Did you have to start in your own city, or did you go out of town? Did you have to go to New York and perform? How did that come about?
Absolutely, good question. So I came up with um, Hamburger, Alonzo Jones, who actually lived right around the corner from me. We kind of grew up together, and before we even found comedy, we actually were a part of a. We used to promote parties um, in Elizabeth, in and around Elizabeth and Union County, and um, and so when we first decided that we were going to do comedy, we there weren't really any there were no black owned comedy clubs, and there were no venues where black people would actually go to do comedy. So we actually started performing in bars like Terminal D, and nightclubs like Bogies in East Orange, and Club 88, Club America in Newark. We just started doing comedy nights in these different local bars and clubs, and then it just started catching on. And Bill Bellamy was starting out as well at around the same time, being from Newark, and we would all and a bunch of other comedians um, just started doing these comedy nights. Terry Hodges, Bill Bellamy, uh, Lenny the Bulldog Man, Jay the comedian. Um, we all pretty much Cool Bubba Ice all came up that way.